going on, everybody? My name is Raymond Stavol, and you already know it don't matter what you've done. So what have you done lately? I want to thank you for joining me for my special Veterans Day episode. I'd like to introduce as my special guest.
Yes, my name is Katie. I am the co-host to Blonde Roots podcast. I'm also a local nurse injector right in Jersey.
And most of all, we are friends. So You know what? Salute to that.
And we're playing each other in fantasy football this week.
Yeah, she's kicking my ass, so don't get it fucked up. Salute.
Just saying.
I want to thank you all for coming out there. I appreciate all the supporters and all the haters. We couldn't do it without either one of you. So, Veteran Days for me is a big thing. You know, I talked about it. I know you serve in the military, and I want you to give the platform to talk about it. I want to talk about everything we got right now. So, the main thing is there was a call to duty, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so when I was 17 years old, I met with an Army recruiter, and I was in a really small town, so my parents found out before I even told them. And yeah, I joined the Army I left right after I turned 18 years old.
Wow. So it's at such a young age. And I think about when I'm 18, when I was 18, you think you know everything. And like what you did was like more intense than I probably ever did once you went in there. Mm-hmm. What branch did you choose?
Yeah, so I went into the Army. My father was in the Army. My grandfather was in the Army. So, just kept it rolling.
And was it because of your father you do it? What made you want to join?
So I feel like 9/11, had a super big impact on me. I remember watching it on TV, and I just did something to me inside, and I just wanted to do something for my country. And ever since I saw that, then I always had it in the back of my head, like, I feel like I could be a soldier. And then when I got of age, I'm like, let's do it.
There is a transition from being a civilian to a soldier.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I feel like that is a conversation that's talked about a lot online and people, but until again, I don't know what that's like. A lot of people that talk about it. So when I hear people say, oh, I'm a soldier, and unless you go through the basic training, now you really don't know what that's like, I feel.
Right.
So where did you go to basic training?
Yeah, so I went to Fort Jackson, which is also called Relax in Jackson if you're in the military, because it's supposed to be a little more chill than the other places. Yep, so I went to Fort Jackson, and yeah.
How'd you get through it?
Just knowing it would be over. Yeah, so it was obviously not fun at all. I remember, riding the bus in and, we had to look down. We couldn't look outside of our window. We had no idea what was to come. We had drill sergeants screaming at us. And, I knew going into it, though, that everything had its purpose and they had to do this to break us down and, bring us back into soldiers and rebuild us into what we needed to be to serve our country. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure going through that at the time, I'm sure there was moments that you're you found something inside, you just keep pushing through it.
Yeah.
So when the time you got to graduation, how was that?
Oh gosh.
Wasn't as good?
Well, it depends on the day. So if you know about military graduations, at least in the Army, one day is something called a family day where, your family comes in, you get to spend the day with them. And then the next day is, a very formal graduation. And my family day got taken away from me.
Damn.
Because I got in trouble.
What'd you do?
I plucked my eyebrows.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. I plucked my eyebrows. They lined us all up a couple days before our family day. And they inspected us and we weren't allowed to shave. We couldn't have nothing. And I was looking all ratchet and stuff. And I was like, I'm plucking this. And they caught me. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you probably haven't seen your family forever. You don't look presentable.
I know. And they're like, no, we don't care about how you look. You're a soldier. And I'm like, well, can't I have nice eyebrows? But yeah, I got in trouble.
You made it though.
Yeah.
And who else is presentable?
Yeah.
The birds.
The birds. Oh gosh, I love the birds so much.
Who's your favorite player?
Obviously Hurts. I don't know. I love Barkley too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're 6-2 now. Mm-hmm. They're going really strong. I don't expect them to be perfect, but I feel like, our momentum's coming back and I feel like, we're going to do it again.
Yeah. I mean, especially NFC East, we got the Commanders lost their quarterbacks, Scatterbill, unfortunate injury, but the Giants are going
through it. My player too.
Yeah. I mean, he got, we're talking about the NFC East. I feel like we have that kind of locked in there.
Yeah.
But the thing is they just got to stay on course.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The Eagles, this segment's brought to us by Insure Delco. Insure Delco?
You know what? I happen to know because they are my insurance agent. They saved me at least, $60, $80 a month on my insurance. So definitely check them out.
Yeah, definitely. And if you see them, tell them Ray and Katie sent you. They're definitely going to take care. You're going to get the best discounts that way. So here you are, graduation. Peace out, bitches. What happened?
It's time to go to Afghanistan.
So did you serve in the? Oh, so obviously you served in the war and you were deployed. Please tell us about that.
Yeah, so not long after I got stationed at Fort Hood, and within a year I was in Afghanistan. I went to Kandahar, and we were there for 12 months.
12 months is a long time. Like, I feel like when we think about a year, especially you're out doing your thing and you're being an independent, strong woman doing your thing. I'm sure, like, again, in a whole different area. What was it like over there? Do you remember what it like? What was your first thing when you landed in Afghanistan?
Yeah, so I remember getting off the plane, and I remember just being like, we're here, and just being like, but what is that smell? It fucking stinks so bad. It smells like on the hottest summer day, like at the dirtiest porta potty. That is Afghanistan.
Yo, it's from Monday cheese all over Afghanistan. For
nasty.
Real nasty.
Yep.
Oh man. So in the middle of that shit show, what was your job assignment?
So I was an intelligence analyst. I worked in MI. Yeah. So I did like a lot of brainiac computer type work. I worked 12 hours in like a secured skiff, no windows. And, we basically just got intelligence information from all kinds of different platforms, and we analyzed it. And then we were able to advise our commander on where the troops go, where they need to avoid, what routes to go, what not to go, in order to, complete our mission. Yeah.
And, we all, again, we talk about jobs, everybody, and, we're like, oh, this, that, the third. I mean, look, they're out there, man, in a whole different country doing things that we have no idea about. So if you have the opportunity to go to a job and you're actually being good, shut the fuck up sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right.
The stress you had to deal with is way different than the stress we had to deal with. So were you able to like relax? Could you get off base at times?
Yeah, so I got off base, but like not in a fun way. Yeah, so I was
you always say the trouble.
Yeah, not in a fun way. So I, couldn't sit still. I'm like, all these infantry are like, all the infantrymen are going out of the wire. They're doing all these missions, and I'm like, I want to go.
Sure.
And so I understand I'm not trained on that level, but I'm like, is there a job for me? And there was. So I was able to be on a female engagement team, which is a group of 3 women with an interpreter, and you go out with the infantry, and you go out, you do everything that they do, you go out with them. We did night missions, all kinds of stuff. And when we get to like our compound that they need to do anything on, that they need to raid or anything, they segregate the women and kids, and we talk to them. We get a little info from them, we search them, everything like that, while the men are doing what they can do, because culturally they can't do that with the men and women. So that's what we would do.
Absolutely. And again, and I can imagine when you're over there, again, you're fighting for one another, but you see these children. And again, let's just get real. I mean, was there times that you thought maybe these children had bombs on them?
Absolutely. So like you had to expect that they did. Yeah. Like that was how you had your mind trained that, the worst thing is what is going to happen. You need to be prepared for absolutely anything. So I remember one time they gave me, a wand, and I had to, all the kids and women were lined up, and one at a time I was on, actually have a photo of it. I'll have to show it to you. So I'm on like, one knee, and I'm scanning all the kids for, bombs, any kind of weapons, for SIM cards, for just any kind of contraband that they may have that they're hiding, that they took out while the men are searching. Yeah. So, yeah.
Again, that had been hard times, but what's your most memorable happy experience that you can remember?
Oh, my happy experience from being deployed, like just kind of like kicking back with my fellow soldiers. Like, we had really long, busy days, but there was times where, we had like those whips that you would like crack, and we would like be playing with them, whipping them. I remember like having welts on my body from it. And then like we'd play cornhole.
Oh, wait, so you're, fuck you, Pitbull. You ain't Mr. Worldwide. You got Mrs. Worldwide.
Yes, international.
Oh, now I know I kick my ass all the time. Like, fuck, I'm not. You're on my team for now.
Now you know.
Yeah, but that's what's up there. So again, there was time to have fun out there, but again, most of your time you were out there 10 toes down, serving our country along with your colleagues. Again, very beneficial, and everybody at Old City Network here, man, we appreciate that. Who doesn't do their job that well though?
Who?
The Phillies.
Oh, man. My heart.
I know. And real fast, this is brought to us by Delal Acquisitions. Bob and Kevin fucking buying real estate left and right all over the country. Tell them Ray sent you. They're going to hook you up. You got a property you're going to get rid of. They got cash for you No bullshit. Just get to them. But yeah, I mean, the Phillies they ain't doing their job.
No, I feel like every time we get to, the end of the season, we get to the playoffs, they just choke up. And I feel like their offense, like, just completely just shut down at the end of the season. Yep. And that's what made us lose. It's
unacceptable. And, we as fans, again, because that's what generates revenue. That's what makes us a Philadelphia market. We expect a lot from them. And when they sign these monies, they get it every single year. We had home advantage. There's right. No way that should have happened. And, it's unacceptable. So, guys, do me a solid, man. Just show up next year, man. I'm still going to watch your shit. She's going to watch your shit. We all going to watch it. Just don't fucking disappoint us again.
Seriously.
It's annoying now. But was there a moment that was annoying? Like, what I get myself into?
Yeah. So, like, honestly, there was a few times where I'm like, is this, like, really my life? Like, I signed myself, like, my whole life over to do this. And, there's no way out. But I accepted that this is what, I chose to do, and I need to do it to the absolute best of my ability, because it's not just like, some job that doesn't matter. It's literally life on the lines, and, you're serving your country. You need to represent in the best way that you can.
Were you able to be in touch with your family? Was that a big help for you?
Yeah. So when I was deployed, we had a secure phone line in, our skiff that I worked in. It was like a secure building, and we were able to call home. It was very, shoddy in and out. The connection wasn't very good. But, I was able to call here and there. And, but the time frames were like night and day. So you would have to but my mom, I mean, she had it on the ready. Like, anytime her phone rang, I don't think there was one time she didn't answer.
Yeah, definitely a culture, especially when you're talking about time zone differences, everything like that. And especially, as a parent myself, if that phone rings, I'm going to make,
Right.
But you know what? Besides knowing my family's good, I need food.
Food, yes.
So how are the MREs? Tell me they were good.
Okay, so there's a couple MREs that actually I'd eat today.
I fuck with them. I've had a couple myself, yo. They all right. I'm not gonna lie.
Chicken pot pie, hook it up. It's damn good. But there is an omelet egg one that it smells like rotten death.
Damn.
And I ate it though. I'm not gonna lie, I ate it.
You fuck it up?
I fucked it up. But it was nasty and gaggy. But you have to eat. But if you don't want to go to the bathroom for a whole week, you absolutely should eat MRE.
So is that how you entertain yourself, by eating those MREs?
Yeah,
Was there other things that could happen?
Yes. Seriously, we would exchange things hey, I'll give you my cheese for your peanut butter. It was we were drug dealing MRE food.
I'll give you about 2 brownies for this little can.
I'll give you my Tabasco sauce for your espresso beans.
That's how it gets though, and especially was there any other particular humorous moments that you remember?
So deployment, I had some funny moments, but the biggest thing that sticks out to me was in basic training. So when I was in Fort Jackson, actually 2. One was the drill sergeants. So you weren't allowed to smoke. The drill sergeants, well, obviously the soldiers, but the drill sergeants couldn't smoke around you, anything like that. I guess it was just their rule. But their way around it was that they would have us all stand in formation, and we'd be at attention, and there'd be 50 plus of us, and we'd have to close our eyes, and they would just walk around us and smoke and blow it in our faces. And we didn't see nothing.
It's the biggest glass mite and shit I've ever heard, man. See but don't say. But you know what? Hey, did it make you think any different of your fellow soldiers by doing that, or did you always still?
No, I thought it was hysterical. I just, there's humor that you have to just understand in the military. One time the drill sergeants, there was 2 soldiers, and they were just goofing off and fucking around. And they were like, oh, you want to act like kids? So they made these 2 grown boys, but grown men go into the sand pit where we'd low crawl. And they had to skip around in circles holding hands and saying I love my best friend. And they made them build a sandcastle together and act like kids, since they wanted to laugh when they shouldn't have.
Yeah, so they should have shut the fuck up and listened, right? Damn.
And I'm it's not me.
Yeah, you didn't want to get called out next.
Fuck no.
Be sitting there making little castles.
Yes.
But I'll tell you who's building sandcastles, the fucking Philly Union. And right now I feel like they're the most underrated team in the city of Philadelphia. Especially Dom and me, as they'll tell you about it. They're located on Saxor Avenue, Springfield, Pennsylvania. Good neighborhood bar and restaurant. We made it to the second round, and I understand soccer is not a, top 4 sport in Philadelphia.
Sure.
But, let's get real. But you're athletic. You know what I mean? They're athletes out there.
They're literally running the entire time on the clock. You know, it's a very, very competitive and also physical, like rough sport. Like you get concussions, you get all that. Like they give their all on the field.
And like I always feel like baseball gets a pass. And I hate to say it, but like let's get real. It's the most least combative sport that we watch, you know? Right. And I feel like I don't know if I told you, but I had somebody come at my neck and told me, again, if you don't like cursing, get the fuck off my shit right now.
X.
Yeah. Someone said soccer's a pussy sport. Okay. Dude probably lived in his mom's basement. Fucking never played sports in his life.
Eating fucking cheese curls.
like, and it just cracks me up, that mentality. But like real people that know what it's like to actually sweat and have endurance know that soccer is a sport. But if anybody has a chance, they're gonna play the New York Football Club. Fuck them like the Giants were gonna win. So getting with that said. So you did everything you had to do. Mandatory refund is now an option, right?
Yeah.
You did what you had to do. You served our country respectfully. I mean, you had a high, serious job that you had to do. What's going on now?
Yeah. So, you went from like having an incredible purpose, not only just like for yourself and others, but like your entire country. That was your purpose. Yeah. I couldn't have colors on my nails, couldn't have my hair, a certain thing. Like everything that I did was just scrutinized, and I had to follow this certain list of what I could and couldn't do. So then I get out and I'm like, well, now it's time to start over. And then I was like, well, it's time to go to school. It's time to find my career for the rest of my life. I was still young when I got out, and then it was just time to find my next.
So what did you do? So obviously you have all this going on there, intelligence. What career did you choose?
Yeah. So, I had a lot of opportunities to work, in Washington, D.C. and do like intelligence work. And then I had like very high up officials in the military, like want me to stay in. They're like, we'll take you to airborne. You can follow us. Cause I was fairly good at what I did, but it's just not the life that I wanted to have forever. Mm-hmm. So, I went and I worked at Starbucks. I put my apron on, made all the lattes. And I'm
a sucker too. I buy them little foo-foo-ass drinks. I'm a hater. I like me a little caramel. How much are they now?
Oh my god, like $7.
Yo, I'm getting robbed, and I'll do it to myself. I'm sorry.
Pinky up. They're good. But yeah, so I went to school. I got my certification as a personal trainer. I did that for a while, and then I finished my bachelor's in nursing. Wow. And now I'm a registered nurse.
That's amazing. And you know what? Do you know any of the friendships that you had? Obviously, you had long-term relations. They had to develop over there. Yeah. I mean, you have, do you feel like you have them now and they helped you in your careers now?
Yeah. So like my friendships, when it comes to my friendships, if you were in the military, you get it. Like it is a friendship that you can't even explain. You can't ever compare to anything you even know. It's different than like your mother, your father, your children. It's totally different. And like, you have this bond that, you're bonded by something, very, very sacred and, something so different in life, and you just have that forever. And if and if you don't, I wish you did, because I know that I have my back by a handful of people for the rest of my life. But it shaped me forever. Like everything that I do, it's very in order. I feel a fairly particular person in my life. Like you were in my house before. Yeah. I think the first thing that Ray said was everything has a place.
Yeah, it did. And when I went there, like it meant to be there. I don't know if it was, and for some it will. Like when you look, it's like holy shit, like it's meant to be there.
It's like a purpose, and that's how I am with everything in my life. And it has its benefits more than anything, even just as a nurse, I'm very, very particular. It makes me very good at what I do because I am so particular with it.
And that's a great quality to have. I feel like we don't want to let things slide at times. And when you have purpose in your home, you have purpose in everything.
Yeah.
So with that said, though, sometimes you got to have the party and you got to chill. It's going to bring us to our next thing with the two moods here.
Yes.
So we got two moods here. Local Delco company, Orange Crush. Now, this is the first time you're drinking it.
Yes.
Let's take a swig, and I want you to give them your honest opinion.
All right, let's see. Okay, so it tastes like an Orange Crush, not over ice.
Yeah.
And like very smooth and like not artificial. It's very good. It's like you don't taste alcohol,
dude, and it's dangerous. And they come in 8% or 4%. Me, I'm a fucking thrill seeker, so I drink 8%, get a whole bunch of trouble. Yeah, forget about
that.
it.
Is very good.
Mm-hmm. So if anyone's out there, just look for
that. Oh my
them.
god, it's literally called Orange Crush.
Yeah,
they understood the assignment. It's very good.
Good job, Two Moods. Speaking of that, let's see here. Mission accomplished.
Yep.
Now what? What's going on with you now?
Yeah, so now, I've built my career, I just, now it's just you take what I've learned in the military and go on with my life. I have to, I've got 2 boys. I raise my boys.
Beautiful.
I, just focus on the important things in life. And honestly, when you've just seen the worst of the worst and just like what life could be, it completely changes your mindset. Like stuff is so trivial. Stuff is so silly. Like when you've actually like understood how quick life can be over and like really your purpose in life, like it just changes every single day for the rest of your life. And I just feel like it did that for me. And I'm just so grateful.
Holy shit. I don't even want to add on to that. I think that, like, is there anything else you want to add? I think that was beautiful right there.
Oh, thank you. The only thing that I can think of is just if you're ever, in your local crusty bar and there's a Vietnam vet hat on, just sitting down there all alone, talk to them. Talk to your grandfather that you don't know about. Talk to just anybody that you see. Try to get their story out, because so many times people think that, vets don't want to talk. They don't want to tell their story. And sure, sometimes that's true, but sometimes they just have no one to say it to. And my personal story is one of my best friends, her grandfather. I talked to her one day, or him outside one day. He told me all about, he was in the 82nd Airborne and he did this and this in the war and all these stories. And he passed, a couple like weeks later, like very soon. And his obituary was our conversation, because nobody knew his story. No one knew what he did. And talking to them, like, lets their legacy be known. So talk to them, get their story out.
That's some real shit. And like, I got to end this, guys. Like, Katie, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for your service and for the millions of Americans that have done this, just on their own by doing that. Like, just understand there's people like myself that like that. And I just want to say one thing. We live in the best fucking country in the world. You don't like it, get the fuck out. Okay? We have people sacrificing their lives for our freedom. Thank you for your service, veterans.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everybody.